Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. I didn't mean to make another video on this, especially in August when it's about a Christmas tree. But the gentleman that got me started on this said my two videos today for him were completely different than I did it in years past, or the last video. And I'm going to change that right now. He has no go to graphic, and I'm going to draw on a red hairline and make it red and fix that. So whenever I draw in red, let's just start over. Polygon tool, draw a triangle, make it kind of like that. Now I'm going to actually make this one black because we were going to delete it. Earlier today, I tried to fill this in with snowflakes and then put my wordage in. And I watched my video from a couple years ago, and I did it completely opposite, which is a lot better. So we got our two words in there now. And now all we need to do is just fill in around the words. So if we take the star tool and make a star and put it up top dead center, we're not going to use the black. I'm not going to, well, I am going to make some of them smaller. I'm not going to worry about artistic ability on this one. I'm just going to kind of show you, what can be done. So we're just using the snowflakes to fill in the gaps. And that's a good snowflake, so we'll use it again up here. And use this one again up here. We'll actually make that quite a bit smaller. We just want to be able to touch, I don't care about touching the black line, but we want to probably touch the star, and it's for strength. When you do this, it's going to add strength. So now we need to add a small snowflake, and we'll just make one small. I made a copy of it. Now just make it smaller, and we can put it right here. And that's going to join the letter. Matter of fact, we'll use that same one again, and maybe put it here and expand it where it's going to touch more. And we'll look at this before we weld it to see what it looks like. And then I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put this one here. I made a plus sign of it. And because I haven't welded, I can make a plus sign, or I can copy any of these. But what I'm doing, we don't really need that anymore, but I'm going to put it back and move this one up here. I didn't make a duplicate of it, move it back. So all we're trying to do is fill in the voids around the word, and I'm going to call this pretty good here in just a second. I'm going to grab that snowflake, make a duplicate, and put it right in there and make it quite a bit smaller. We wanted to touch a couple of, okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete that triangle because it's getting in our way. And then just kind of look, you don't want to go into the letters too much, or it'll be hard to read it. So we're going to take like this snowflake right here, and make it a little bit smaller. I must have had a duplicate there. And that'll cause you problems if you ever, like I did earlier today, we could take the shape tool, well, we're going to break everything apart. Go to group, and let's convert it to a curve. And we can take these nodes and just bring them in a little bit. And you don't have to virtual segment delete key because we're going to weld everything. So I'm going to make this quite a bit smaller because I just want it barely touching the text. And that might be good enough. I could probably put we need to join this together. So if you don't have the corners joined in, I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard, make the new one smaller, and put one right in here, kind of give it the base of the tree. I'm going to call that good. Well, let's fill in one up here by the Mary. And I'm going to look at it closer. And this is where you'd want to take your time, and we just barely want it to be touching the Mary. And this is where you could change your nudge factor 0.01, and you could nudge stuff down. Now let's try welding it, and my tree's a little lopsided now, but you get the idea. Well, let's let's fix that. Let's add another deal over here. Now I'm really getting lopsided. I think what I did, I think I don't need that. And, well, maybe I do. You can see I don't have any artistic ability. That's where our guidelines would have helped it. So I'm going to call it good. Well, we need one more small one right there, because we don't want those letters to break off. That looks pretty good. And we'll do one more, like right here. And we'll call that good, and you can really play with it a lot more. And now let's weld it. And it's going to take just a second, and it did it. It worked. So let's go with the rectangle in case we have a leak. And let's take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in. And that's what it's going to look like. I would use a thicker font, but this is going to save you a lot of time, a lot of trouble. And you'll be able to see what's connected, like those are connected. For strength, I would maybe, let's back up here, see how this one snowflake is kind of embedded into the word too much. Well, let's just bring it out. We just barely want it touching. And now let's weld it again. And I know it's not going to leak, so I'm not going to worry about the rectangle. And there you have it. I mean, a couple more snowflakes to fill in, but it's your deal. And like he wanted to put a stand on it, you could put a stand on it. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.